Hello, what is up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Cardcast. I'm here with Mike. This is the warehouse.
I'm here with Nathan.
We have a show, and we talk about sports cards. So today we are. Let me make sure I'm getting some audio. Sometimes it's messed up. Sorry we're late. This program that I use sometimes just decides to delete all my settings and make me remake them. So that's what I had to do before we came on today. Yeah. So Jeremy Boyer, right? Is that right? Came in yesterday and was talking about this RCG grading, Revolution card grading, and brought in some cards for us to look at, and they're pretty cool.
Yeah, it's a good idea. Right. I mean, This is a box that came in, and some of the new cards. Jeremy's a huge UFC guy, so most of these are UFC. But I think all these are his PC stuff. Like, he's not gonna, ever gonna sell them.
Yeah.
I'll start with that's the 8.5 version.
So, yeah, they're different. They've got a coloring all around the case and the edges, or all around the edges of the case, and they have a specially designed custom label. So they look really good. I think they look good.
Yeah, they look amazing.
I like them.
They're see-through, but they're not see-through. I mean, they're see-through, but you can't really tell. Like that's a good-looking card.
That's a good-looking card. They're color match to the card, and yeah, they're opaque, semi-opaque.
Yeah.
So, yeah, really good-looking card. They've got subgrades. So this is a 9. 8 corners, 10 surface, 9 edges, 10 centering. I don't know how they give that 8 corners. I'm not seeing that. And I'm a professional grader, so on the back here. There we go.
One.
Yeah. It's themed up.
This
on the
one
back.
is Anthony Pettis Black Refractor, number to 10. But it's quad 10s.
Yeah.
So it's called a crown jewel.
Oh. Okay. So it's not just a 10 gem mat.
No.
Or 9.5's gem mat, right?
9.5, it looks like they call it crown mint. Or whatever that is.
There's a picture of a crown.
Yeah, crown mint. I don't know. But the
crown
jewel is a quad 10. Which is a pretty good looking card.
It is a cool card. It's got the little, that black refractor's got little kind of blue and bluish white dots that go around it. I wish this thing would focus. Focus on the card.
This one's kind of similar, but it's the blue with the blue line because it's just a refractor.
Yeah.
So it did good. This one's probably the best looking one. Oh, there's this Griffey too. That's a 9.5 true color. I mean, the card's opaque, and the card's not opaque. It looks opaque. The card's not opaque, but that's a good looking card. It's kind of backwards from the.
Yeah.
The red should be on the bottom. There you go. I mean, they're good looking cards for sure. I mean, it's. What I said last time about HGA, where it's kind of gimmicky, but I actually like this, with all this stuff around the border. This is the best looking one there is, I think.
I think this is way, way better than HGA.
Yeah.
These look way better. And you hold them, and they feel good when you hold them.
They're definitely PSA quality.
I don't know how annoying that is for people when I do that, but that's the only way to get it
Patrick
to focus.
Doing a little dance.
Oh, that's because that sign's back there, so it's trying to focus on the text of that sign. Dumb. So dumb. But anyways, yeah, I think they're cool. They might be a little flashy for some people.
Yeah.
I mean, I could see that. This one's really cool in that, like, see how the background like goes into the label?
Yeah.
Like the edge, like the plastic part of it. You can see those kind of squares, those geometric shapes. Like they start in the plastic part of it and they go into that custom label. That's really cool.
Yeah.
But,
so out of all the grading companies that don't add a ton of value to the card, these are the best, I think, that I've seen.
Yeah, for sure. They're better than GMA, for dang sure. I think they're better than HGA.
Yeah.
I could see those adding value. Yeah. Some value.
I mean, you wouldn't want to send a vintage Mantle there, but that card's perfect for that.
Perfect.
I mean, especially at their price point, I think it's $20 to $30.
And why will people pay? That's just the thing where, like, there could be a breakdown because, I mean, eventually somebody's got to look at some of these and go, like, why is the PSA worth this and this one's worth this? Because their graders aren't any better. They're both, actually, these guys' graders are probably better.
Yeah, I mean,
they got to be.
I don't know who it is. I mean, there's probably, we were talking, they're probably more consistent because there's one or two graders.
Yeah.
And not 200 or 300 graders.
Either way, like, it's not just the average person off the street.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it's probably more consistent. I mean, I didn't look at the grades themselves, but there wasn't anything that was obviously out of whack. I mean, that 10's a chrome card, so it's almost, it feels almost perfect looking at it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's hard to mess up a chrome card, really. But I mean, I like them.
I like them for $20. He said they were $20.
Yeah, I think they're running some special. About, they had some video. He was telling us about it, and I did a little bit of looking, but I couldn't find it. They're running a special where if you send in a PSA 8 and it grades higher, then you get it for $20. They'll regrade your PSA 8s for $20, basically. And if it gets higher, there's like a point system. You can win some prizes, and
like if a PSA 8 gets like a 10, get like $1,000.
If there's a PSA 8, yeah, I don't remember the whole story.
Revolutionary direct to slab printing. It is cool.
I mean, it's a good idea. I mean, whoever's doing it is doing it the right way. I don't, who knows if it'll catch on or not, but labels are cool. I mean, they definitely add to the card.
Yeah. Yeah. It looks better than, it looks better than any.
Yeah.
Like, that's the best looking
that's
slab
the thing,
I've seen.
Like, a person that cares about what a 1987 Topps card looks like is not going to like this. But they probably don't like this card anyway.
Right.
So, but somebody that wants something that's super flashy like this card is going to like that they added this to it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it would be funny to see what they did with like a 52 Topps card or something.
It would be.
What they did for the outside, or, maybe there's like a sepia tones, I don't know.
Send them that Jackie Robinson over
there.
Yeah,
see what happens with it, right?
See what they put on there. I wonder if they send you a draft. Like, I know there's one company, maybe it's that Pure Graded X.
Yeah.
Or somebody where they, like, mock up a draft for you.
And you have to approve it?
Yeah.
Wow.
Something like that.
I haven't really, to be honest with you, I haven't even really looked into any other alternative. Because when I send in a card for grading, it's not for keeping it personally.
No.
But, there's no doubt in my mind I could sell this card in the shop for $30 to $40, this Mahomes card. And it's probably $10 ungraded.
Like, these guys have a 45 to 60 day estimated turnaround.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I bet they got one or two graders.
And that's at $30 per card. Yeah, but SGC's better than that.
Mm-hmm.
SGC doesn't look as good. Their turnaround's better than that. That is cool. They're really cool slabs.
The Shack Beam team's kind of weird.
That is weird.
I don't know what that is all around there.
Oh, it's a Sean Kemp.
Oh, Sean Kemp.
So it's
the green.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the best you can do with the Sean Kemp Bean team.
Unleashed.
But there's lots of different reasons people want to get cards graded. Usually, if we send great cards in to be graded, it's to make money off of them.
I mean,
it's because they're worth more if they're graded.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that's what we're doing. I mean, we're not holding cards until, we're not putting this up on our shelf and displaying it for the next 20 years like Jeremy might be.
Yeah.
I mean, this is almost to a point where they could just not grade the card, and just like slab it for $10 and they wouldn't have to pay a grader and just turn them around like that.
Mm-hmm.
And it'd be just as much value as what they're adding to it right now.
Right.
I mean, at this point, it may grow to where a 9.5 is worth more, but they're cool. I've never seen one in person before, so.
Well, I keep thinking about Bob told Trevor those cards were twice book on those. That's what your graded card is supposed to resemble. Like if a 7 in the Beckett book values is $30 and you've got 9s, they're worth twice that. You know? You've got 8s or 9s, they're worth twice that. Like that's an example of like your why grading is important or whatever. But that's all based on the individual looking at it and how they decide.
Yeah, grading serves three purposes. For one, for the main reason when it started was to just authenticate the card, to make sure it was real. I mean, nobody ever thought they would grade modern cards.
Sure.
I mean, really. I mean, they were grading tobacco cards, and the first card they graded was a T206.
Mm-hmm.
So, that was part of the reason it was, the internet had come along and people were selling fakes and they wanted a way to authenticate stuff. And then the condition of it was, it wasn't at the very, very beginning, the difference between a 5 and a 7 wasn't that big a deal. Not the way it is now.
No.
So,
no.
But then some people just want their card in case forever. They just want to protect it. They just want to keep it like this forever. And this, the difference between this and this slab without the 9.5 on it's not that much. That wouldn't actually hurt it for me at all. Like, people are starting to say buy the card and not the grade anyways.
Yeah.
So even if they see a 9.5 from a company they don't recognize, they're going to scrutinize the card just like it was ungraded anyways, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
yeah, the difference between this and a PSA slab is that this looks better.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah, they say that, and it was a good saying until PSA went up to $150.
Yeah.
It was a good saying when you could buy an 8 for $30 and get it reslabbed for $30, and suddenly it was worth $400.
Yeah.
But now, that's what all vintage guys do. Like they're paying more for centered cards even if it's a lower grade. Yeah. I just I think there needs to be more. I don't like I like the $20 option. Apparently it's $30.
20 was like if you resubmitted a PSA 8, I think.
Oh, okay.
I'm pretty sure.
So it's 30. So it's the same as SGC. And it's 45 to 60 days.
If King Griffey Jr. is your guy, and you're gonna keep that card forever. I don't know what that card sells for ungraded, but it's got to be $40 or $50, maybe more. I don't know, but why not just throw in? I could see why somebody would throw an extra $30 out of it and have that sitting on the shelf instead of this card just sitting in a box.
Sure,
but I wouldn't PSA grade that card just for that reason. You know what I mean?
No. The only The only reason I'd send anything to PSA right now, I don't know that even if PSA opened a lower dollar option, that I would use them.
Yeah.
Even if they, let's say tomorrow they open a $50 option, it's going to be 12 months. You know, it's going to be $50 for 12 months.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a scenario where I use them unless it's a card that justifies a super express service level. Even in a scenario where it's an express service level,
yeah,
still don't know if I use them to pay $150 for 2 months or whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
You know, 3 months, I guess.
In the next couple of weeks, they're announcing another one where it's going to be, I don't know, they haven't put a price point on it, but it's going to be like a 3-month turnaround, and it's going to be cheaper. So,
did you see
$7,500?
Did you see where they offer quarterly grading specials right now?
Mm-hmm.
Check this out.
BSA does?
Hot take. Yeah. UGA. Yeah. I was really surprised when I saw this earlier. So, quarterly grading specials, but no membership required quarterly grading specials. Weird.
What does that mean? Send in 1,000 cards for $100 a card?
What is going on here?
No, they're on some blog.
Yeah, that's there we go. PSA quarterly grading specials. Encapsulation special. So they're authenticating the auto.
Oh, okay.
That's an auto in authentication. $18, 30 business days. Max quantity of 100 items. That's actually really good.
That's a good deal.
Yeah. $18 to get a PSA encapsulated auto.
They have the list of
I feel like we've got some stuff we could take advantage of.
For sure. Well, there's a list of the authentication fee has to be 35 or less, it says.
What's that mean?
They have a big list of names and how much those guys. So, like, you couldn't send in like a Muhammad Ali or a Patrick Mahomes or But I mean, there's a lot of guys, like pretty much anybody living that's not, Mike Trout or Patrick Mahomes or Tom Brady's under $35.
Jeff Gordon,
cash money. We'll turn $2 into 25, only $18 in.
Yeah. And then photograph special, $15.
Yeah, it's not bad either.
I mean, I don't know. When I saw it, I kind of got mad because I thought, well, like your Collectors Club membership that used to give you free submissions, they're extending this until they can give you your credits, basically. So you get your free membership, you get your magazine. I've still got one because I was sending stuff in for a while there. So I just got my SMR PSA magazine the other day. And I will continue to get it for the next 3 years because it's probably how long it'll take them
before they do Collectors Club memberships again.
Yeah,
I think I still have a voucher on there for a Collectors Cup menu.
I never got my vouchers.
Oh, really?
Wait. I never got any vouchers. I didn't. No, the last time I re-upped, I didn't get a gold or silver or anything like that. Platinum, anything like that. I didn't have any vouchers, so I take that back. But I still want to get my magazines for free.
I mean, everybody has to know about Ronaldo.
That's right.
Yeah. Did he pass Messi?
You know, these actually have a use. Like, there's actually a use for this. Mike was telling me.
Yeah?
The ASMR.
What's that?
You told me. You said like, I don't know, people go off this.
Oh, yeah. They do. I mean, they did in the past. There was a guy in Kansas City that did a lot of mail order, and he would buy anything for 70% of SMR.
2013 Bandai Owners League, number 74, Shohei Ohtani.
Okay.
PSA 10, $600. Did you know that was a thing?
I did not.
There's also a 2013 BBM Otani.
I didn't know those.
And a first version and a second version. I didn't know any of these. They're all his true rookies.
Japanese league.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did not know that.
And you're an Ichiro guy.
Yeah, that's a Shohei Otani.
I know, it's the same league. If Ichiro has cards in '93, then he's got cards in 2013.
I like Ichiro. I don't like Japanese baseball.
I thought that was like your dream card was a Ichiro Japanese league card.
It's one I like.
Oh, okay.
But then what does that have to do with Shohei Otani?
It's the same card. BBM.
Oh, okay.
That's the BBM card.
Let's change the subject.
They just make great packing.
Well,
material.
that's been a Sarah Cardcast. Thanks for joining, everyone. So anyways, yeah, there's lots of reasons people grade stuff. But like this, we've spent 2 years where you could really you could make money grading cards that weren't, big cards. It used to be, it had to be a pretty big card to actually be where you could make a decent amount of money.
Mm-hmm.
You might send 100 cards to them, and off that 100 cards, if you listed them all and sold them all on eBay or whatever like that, you might make $10 or $20 a card, right?
Yeah.
Before this whole shindig, before this whole thing happened.
It's the new people, the people that have come into it, and when you see a graded card for the first time, it's really cool. Like, I'm kind of jaded, but seeing these in my hand for the first time, they're really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when I see the 400th one in my hand, it may not be quite as cool.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think that's what it is with like the people that came into the hobby during COVID. It's like, oh, I got to get a graded card. I got to get a slab, And now it's like, yeah, I've seen I've seen slabs before. Now I need to get kind of specific. I don't want just a slab card to have a slab card. I mean, just today I bought 3 graded cards, and I just bought them. They were PSA 8s and PSA 9s. I just bought them for half of the raw price. Yeah. I mean, they were literally $40 on eBay, and I paid $20 for 3 slab cards.
Yeah.
And they might be hard to sell at the end of the day because it's like a PSA 8 Tyler Hero optic rookie. Like, who wants that? Over. I mean, people would rather have a raw than a PSA 8 of it.
Yeah.
So, and there's going to be, with all the cards coming in, there's going to, when PSA is finally caught up and back to normal, there's going to be between 40 and 45 million cards that are graded in the market. That's a lot of cards.
Over twice what there was prior to 2019.
Yeah.
Over twice what had been graded in the history of PSA.
In the history of PSA, then SGC, Beckett, all these new companies. Like, there's going to be so many graded cards, they're not going to hold, they just can't hold their value, but hopefully it's not going to be $100 to grade anymore. We go back to where it's $15 to $20.
Hopefully, but the only way we go back to it being $15 to $20 if you can't make money at $15 to $20. Like,
if the demand isn't there.
If it goes back to where you're having to send in 100 cards to scratch out $10 to $20 a card, if you list and sell all of them.
Yeah.
That's the only way it goes back to that price.
Yeah. And if people have started and they put some real money in to getting graded cards of each card, like Chris is trying to get, he's got one of every Mantle card made except for the 52, I believe. And then now he's just upgrading. So, I traded him a PSA 4 and he gave me a 1.5 or an SGC 1.5. And, he's inching his way up there. So it's like, that's a whole different, he doesn't really care. He wants SGC Beckett or BBG or PSA. He just wants a better condition card of So people that have put money into graded cards, they're going to want to continue to do the graded cards. But you got to be pretty particular of, like, you don't want a bunch of Luis Roberts Topps Chrome rookies, because there's going to, the pop report on that card's going to be 30,000 before it's over, I'm sure.
I do think when it comes to vintage, I would only send vintage stuff to PSA or SGC.
Yeah.
I mean, I would to Beckett, but they're not even open right now.
Yeah.
Like, they're not even operating as a business right now,
Yeah.
Like, the top three. I don't trust anybody else to verify. I don't really trust them that much. I do, but I don't trust anybody else to verify any of the trimming or altering or authentication or anything like that. I mean, not that I've had to deal with that a whole lot, but
you have to look at. I mean, even when you get the card, you want to look at it. I mean, we sent that Jackie Robinson in twice because we knew it was better than a 4.
It is better than a 4.
But apparently it's a 4.
No, they marked it when it came in the first time.
Yeah,
because
we didn't check the blue light, did we?
It's
we probably should have. Yeah, but it's these are pretty cool. Thank you, Jeremy.
Yeah, thanks.
Gave us some content.
Yeah,
appreciate that. Knocked those out real quick.
Yeah, we're not. We don't have the right setup quite to like display things, and I don't know that we ever will.
Nah,
but
we barely get this put together.
We try. Like, we'll show you what we can show you.
Yeah,
we will show you what we can show you.
Yeah,
give you the Billy Bill. So
it's a weird time right now because, like, baseball's done. Basketball's not really starting. Like, it's hard for you as a fan to care about basketball when the players don't even care right now. Like, Giannis has been out. LeBron's been out. Durant's been out. Luka's out now. Zion's out. Like, they know it doesn't start till Christmas either.
LeBron's only being paid to play in the playoffs.
Yeah,
like they are keeping him on that team and paying him to be in the playoffs.
Yeah,
like he goes out. This is the second. Like, I don't know what he's out for now, but it was the same type thing as last year. Like last year was a high ankle sprain, and this season something like that. I don't know. I haven't looked lately, but I know when he went out, I felt like, oh, it's the same kind of thing. Some semi-minor injury that he's out with, and
so baseball, basketball, even football, like, there's no dominant team. Like, the Buccaneers seem like they're headed straight back to the Super Bowl, and they lose 2 games in a row. And
who'd they lose to?
Oh, geez Louise.
It was Taylor Heineke, wasn't it?
Well, yeah.
The Washington football team? Friggin' Taylor Heineke! He's hot.
Free money.
This is a hot card. Top 5 hottest
the
cards.
the best team with the best record just lost the MVP candidate for the year. Like, they're not going to be around very long.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a weird time. It's like, and there's not really any cards coming out either, like new stuff, because everything's getting pushed. I mean, Optic Basketball came out, but that was like a month ago, and there hasn't really been. I mean, we still got Chronicles, we still got Mosaic.
No basketball products for this year's class have come out, right? Besides
nothing NBA, no.
Right?
Yeah,
right.
But they can't put that out until they push this other. I mean, this other stuff's not even out yet. I mean, we're what, 15 games in?
They haven't even put contenders out. No, we're more than 15 games.
Really?
Probably. NBA record. Yeah, I mean, you're right. It's pretty tough to care. Or like, yeah, about 15. Yeah, 15 games. You're right on the money, actually. I gotta check my stats while I'm in here. Bradley Beal had 30.
Nice.
Kuzma had 19 and 13 and 7. Kyle Kuzma's a real player now that he plays on a worse team.
Yeah, no, nobody's guarding him.
Yeah, Jimmy Butler had 32 and 3, and Bam's back, baby. He was out for a couple games. He had 29 and 2. That's good. Gabe Vincent. Who's Gabe Vincent? I don't know.
No clue.
But you're right, and it's showing that. I seen something on Twitter, because I Twitter, yesterday, and it was like card ladder graphs, and it was all it said was low end and high end. I don't know if it was all sports cards, but there was like a low end graph that like went like this, and then like February, and now it's like coming down, and it had like a little hook on the end of it. It's like, but then the high end graph was like went up the whole way. You know, they're still setting records on Luka cards, and I feel like that's probably somewhat. I mean, that's probably true. But it's not gonna matter 5 years from now. Like the high end stuff's still going up because rich people have nowhere to put their money. Like people with money have nowhere to put their money.
Yeah.
So
I think that's it.
That's as good a place as anywhere.
I think that small little, world of people that can actually afford and collect those cards, or companies that have been set themselves up to do that. I mean, they're living in their own little stratosphere. I mean, us with, they're doing PSA 10 Doncic, and we're doing, our goal is to get a PSA 10 Prism at some point. Like those are two different. I mean, that's like, high school basketball that everybody can play in if they try hard enough, versus the NBA. I mean, most of us are going to be high school players.
I just think at some point, whatever happens, interest rates will go up. And those people will have something else to do with their money.
Yeah.
Where it makes money.
Yeah. Like buying distressed properties.
They're going to offload all those all those high dollar sports cards.
Yeah.
Are going to, at some point in the future, going to be offloaded all at once.
Well, I think that what's happening, I mean, I haven't tracked it well enough. But when I said it was the same card could go up and down at the same time. Like a PSA 9 Jordan can still be going up, and the PSA 4 can be going down.
Yeah.
And this is what I meant. I mean, I think we're 2 months into what I meant by that. And it's the same. I don't necessarily mean the exact same card, but I mean like Luka Doncic National Treasures can be going up, and Luka Doncic PSA 10 Chronicles could be going down.
Sure.
That type of world where they're just separating, and kind of the way the whole economy is, where the rich are getting richer and the poor, I mean, not the poor, but the middle class is kind of losing value of their dollar. You know what I mean? Like their cards could be going down at the same time the rich are getting richer on paper.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's kind of what I meant by it. I mean, and you could almost tell that on a daily basis here on the stuff that we get in. Like, nobody's bringing in their collection. I mean, when I buy collections now, it's not just people like getting out of cards. People still like cards. They still like to keep up with it. It's fun to, chase new stuff or whatever it is. But man, they're dumping their bulk.
There's so much stuff.
Yeah, like they've chased it for a year, and they've got boxes full of commons, and I mean they're dumping bulk. They don't want 5 shoe boxes. They want one good 3-row.
They're a year in. They've got a bunch of stuff, like way too much stuff that has value right now, and they plan on staying in cards. But yeah, you want to trade that value for something better, and we're the best place to do that.
Yeah, I mean, obviously they sell to me, so it's people that come in here, and it's like, where else is there a place to dump 4,000 cards and to get something of value for it, and they're just making, I mean, they make more and more and more. I mean, it feels like it's cut back a little bit in the last, like, since Optic release. Like, I assumed they were going to do to Optic what they did to Select.
Yeah.
And just print it until people said no.
Yeah.
Which, and it hasn't happened. I mean, there's been 2 weeks of release, and then they skipped 2 weeks, and then I heard Target put some out today. But maybe they're spreading it out more. Maybe they're waiting until Christmas-ish period. I don't know.
Because they don't have much to put out right now, maybe.
It could be.
I know optic singles are pretty much like in line with prism singles. If you go on eBay, like your Obi-Toppin, let's say,
Yeah.
your optic base Obi-Toppin is about the same as your prism base.
Yeah, we just bought some optic singles, and I mean Anthony Edwards is killing it this year, and you can buy his optics for $10 or $12.
Oh, both those Obi-Toppins, the prism and the optic, you can buy for about $1 to $1.50 a piece.
Yeah.
You know, like Tyrese Halliburton's like a $2 card. Yeah, like the market has definitely softened, but also like so is Bobby Dalbeck.
Yeah.
And a Topps Chrome is a $2 to $3 card.
Yeah.
You know, it's coming back into line with other sports, you know.
Right.
I mean, even the NFL's come down, you're on your big quarterbacks, I'm sure, but I guess the products aren't out there to test it with yet.
No, we don't know. I mean,
yeah. What's a Trevor Lawrence prism go for?
Yeah, we don't know. I mean, we know Mac Jones is the most expensive right now. That's all we know. We know we watched the first half of the game, and he's got more wins than the other 4 first-round picks, or other 5. I guess they threw in Davis Mills to throw in a 5th quarterback that doesn't have any wins.
Davis Mills.
Yeah, it was like Mac Jones has more wins than these 5 other rookie quarterbacks. So combined. He had 6, yeah, and they had 5 or something like that. But they threw in Davis Mills, but he doesn't have any. I guess he's a rookie quarterback. Yeah, I mean, there hasn't been anybody that's really stood out that, Mac Jones is fine. I mean,
is his stuff at the top of the market right now?
He's the top of the rookie class, yeah.
Yeah.
It's basically Mac Jones, and then I would say, like Mac Jones, the one I know pretty well is like the pink optic previews, because we went through a bunch of megas. I mean, that card's $75 ish.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, and then guys like Lawrence, Fields, Zach Wilson's dropped a little bit. Who am I missing? Oh, Trey Lance, about 40 to 50, 60. I mean, in that range.
Yeah.
Kyle Pitts is kind of okay, but I mean that's kind of the pecking order.
Yeah.
Is Mac Jones, those 3 or 4 guys, and Zach Wilson's kind of dropped off, not on that same tier anymore.
What about Michael Pittman Jr.? What about Van Jefferson? Come on, man.
Guys have to have the only guy out of 2020 that is showing any upswing that nobody cared about was Jonathan Taylor, and the guy is killing it, like the best running back in the NFL, killing it.
Mm-hmm.
And people are asking about him, but they're asking about him because his rookie cards are still $1.
Yeah.
Like if I had those Chronicles, they would still be sitting out there for $1 a piece instead of it should be like 10.
Yeah. Guaranteed.
Yeah, like maybe his prism's gone up. I mean, I haven't even checked it, but I don't have any that I know of. Man. But I'm sure it's not like a $30 or $40 card like, we would have thought it could be.
Yeah. No, there's it
was never going to get there.
No, like you called it. But even at the time that we were selling that stuff, it's like we knew this stuff can't get out of here quick enough.
Yeah.
Nobody is going to care.
We know we're going to miss.
Yeah.
We know we're going to miss on 2-3 guys.
Yeah.
And we know that 10 guys are going to stay the same.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other 40 are going to go down.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the calculated risk that we took.
Mm-hmm.
And it's that way, if you don't care about that player, if you don't, we got Lions fans that come in here, and a guy came in today looking for Titans cards. If you're not that hardcore guy that cares about your team, then wait till they actually do something,
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to buy on potential and then lose on, fizzing out.
Yeah, hype.
Yeah, I mean, it's
of those 40 that just drop off the face of the earth, some of those are going to be Tuas.
Yeah.
Some of those are going to be, Chase Young gets hurt. The bigger guys. I mean, it's not like
Clyde.
It's not the 10 that say the same or the best 10.
Yeah.
No, half of the best 10 are in the 40 that.
Well, the guys that say the same are friggin' Justin Herbert that's having an all-pro year or was,
Justin
Jefferson. I mean, even Burrow. I mean, he gone up a little, but not, not to where we regret selling them, back when they were 80% of what they are now. You know? But I'm still seeing those come in almost on a daily basis where I'm buying, Chronicles and Prism Black and stuff like that for $1 or $2 a card.
Yeah.
So they're not, there's just way more supply on that stuff. And it will be for years.
It's the, what's the guy's name?
For the Jets. Wilson?
Oh, no, not the Jets.
Oh, P. Ryan.
No, the quarterback, the guy that came in, not the Jets, Michael White or whatever.
Oh, yeah. Mikey White,
yeah. So, that's what, okay, I'm going to go on a little soapbox here. That's why I don't care about football cards. Is there's no good way to capitalize on them. In my opinion, there's so many injuries. There's so much they're so hype based. It's all about the quarterbacks. You don't get any brands released until after the season starts, basically. That's why I just don't know how I will get into football cards. Because right now, and it's not just that football's not my sport, maybe it's just financially from a dealer standpoint, I don't see the benefit of holding football cards.
No, there isn't any.
Yeah, there's no benefit in holding pretty much anything really, but there's even less in football, I feel like.
I mean there's you're right. I mean it's quarterbacks, and basically the football card market is quarterbacks and rookies. That's all it is.
They have been amazing within the last 5 years.
I mean, there's GOATs too. I mean, Drew Brees and Aaron Rodgers and Russell Wilson. I mean, their cards have value, but I mean,
Phillip Rivers doesn't really.
No.
Joe Flacco doesn't,
Joe Flacco hasn't.
LaDainian Tomlinson, and I mean, even they're patch auto. LaDainian Tomlinson patch auto would be a pretty good card.
I mean, but those are Hall of Famers,
Yeah, right.
I mean, GOATs is a weird term now because nobody's the greatest. I mean, there's only one of the greatest.
Yeah.
But
and that is London Fletcher.
That's a whole nother podcast you can do by yourself.
The man who carried the Rams to the Super Bowl victory, London Fletcher. If London Fletcher had not been on the Rams defense, they would not have been nearly as good as they were. London Fletcher basically gave the Rams. He's an unsung hero.
He's not the one that made that tackle, though, right?
He's made a lot of tackles.
Oh, okay. I think that was Mike Jones, maybe. Seems like the market is going down 5% every quarter, regardless of player sport for the major players. Yeah. I mean, that's a blanket statement, but I mean, it'd be hard to argue with it right now.
I'd say I'm pretty happy with that.
I'd take 5% every quarter.
Yeah. Yeah. And then we're cut in half in 10 quarters.
Yeah. Which
is 3 years. Something like that.
Yeah, I would take that.
Yeah,
in a heartbeat.
I'd be pretty happy with that. Yeah.
Yep.
Last year, everybody wanted product of everything. I think going forward, people will only want Prism, Optic, Topps Chrome, Bowman Chrome, and Select. People in the hobby just got smarter. I mean, prior to 2 years ago, it didn't matter what you bought; you were still getting 50% of your money out of a product.
Mm-hmm.
There's still, if you bought a product on the shelf, a retail product or whatever, you might as well go with what you like because the return. There's not a return there.
Mm-hmm. There's the people that were around are seeing the people that were new are seeing the product for the second time now. Like I remember opening Absolute Football, and I'm selling as much Absolute Football as I can get. You know, so there's still that. There's some people haven't figured it out. I mean, you're right though. People are getting smarter for sure. But it's not really smarter. It's just like I mean, smarter is a good term for it, but it's like they're learning what everybody else wants. You know, and that's kind of what this is. Like, well, I mean, there's no reason for a Prism rookie to be worth more than a Sage rookie, except that other people want it more. You know, I mean, that's just what it is. So like you just follow trends, and you know, the people that are lucky, I think the luckiest people in the hobby are people that like collect college stuff. Like they have a college team that they like. Yeah. Like they can get stuff super cheap, like really good card, you know, like
anything they want.
They have Collegiate Flawless. They have, you know, once the other stuff comes out, Contenders is free almost. Yeah. You know, like those are the luckiest guys in the hobby, but there's not a lot of those guys out there. That's why the stuff's cheap. Yeah. But people, I mean, it's not fun to buy a card and have the value of it go down. I mean, that's what people are buying, protecting against is, this year I'm going to buy just Topps Chrome because, you know, all my Prism baseball cards went down last year and it's the same way. Like at first you just buy cards because that's what's out. That's what's new. And now people are learning the collegiate stuff. I mean, the new people are learning what everybody else knew at the time. Yeah. You know, it's just, they're learning it now. So, I mean, I have stuff, you know, college stuff that's sitting on the shelves that last year I couldn't keep it in stock, you know? Yeah. So I mean, people are smarter, you know, more people are realizing what everybody else knew that would have been around a year or two before, or 20 years before. Yeah. So, yes, people aren't getting, like, the whole industry is not getting smarter. It's just the people that were in it have a second year of crop of stuff. Like, when I bought this Contenders, it was this price, and then it went down. Yeah. You know, it's not really smarter. It's more experience than learning. Yeah. Like, they didn't read it somewhere and learn something. They learned it through experience. Yeah. There's a ton of ways people can, they can justify what they buy and everything like that. But last year, like, there just literally was a resale value to everything. Right. Like everything had a markup on it. It didn't matter what you bought. You could buy, I remember buying Contenders basketball last fall and making money reselling it. Yeah. Like that's insane. Yeah. Like Contenders products should never have a resale value. Yeah. And I opened a bunch of it, but I did make, like, I basically sold it for what I bought it for, but sure. I made a little bit of money on it, and it was just like, this is dumb. Yeah. Like, there's nothing in here. 1 in 100 boxes. Well, there was good autos. There was good autos in there in last year's Contenders. Yeah. Basketball. I had had 2 Manual Quickly autos that weren't worth anything at the time. Mm-hmm. And they ended up paying for, like, 2 cases of blasters or something like that. Yeah. But it was out there. It was available. It was out there. Yeah. 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 It was out there. And right now, if you go to Walmart, you're going to see megas of Prism, Optic Baseball. Mm-hmm. There's going to be a ton of update out there. Mm-hmm. Baseball. Yeah. Like, there's going to be stuff to buy. Mm-hmm. I mean, even, you know, Absolute Football blasters were on Target for 12 hours today. Yeah. You know, like it's not flying off the shelves. 12 hours? Yeah. Somebody was here at the store and told me about it and was buying them at like 6:30 p.m. Huh. Yeah. That's, you know, and that's the thing. It's like, have we really added that? How many collectors have we added? That's always my question. Like, how many collectors have we added? And to the collector, like, it shouldn't matter what you're buying on the shelf, right? Like, just going to, I mean, people have been. It's that same thing, like it, you know, a collector. I mean, I don't think we've added anybody that's just a collector that just dumps money in to get
right.
Like we haven't got any new player collectors that I'm buying one of every Patrick Mahomes that exists. You know, we haven't. I don't think we've had it, but there may be guys that are collecting Patrick Mahomes, and I'm getting every one of Select and every one of Prism and every one of Optic. You know, that have done that.
Yeah,
but just dumping. Like, nobody's buying Matt to get all the Zach Wilson cards because they went to BYU, you know.
At least the guys are gone that are like, I just wish there was something that I could rip. I just wish there was something on the shelves that I could rip. Well, there is.
Yeah, here you go.
Go get it. Not that they're gone. Like, hopefully those guys are happy as clams out buying stuff. But, you know, when I say that mockingly, I feel like most of those guys are like, I wish there was something I could buy for half of what I could sell it for. I wish there was something on the shelves that whether I opened it or not was worth twice.
They don't
as
want
much.
something they can rip.
Yeah.
They want something they can rip and get more value than what they paid for it.
Yeah.
But everybody wants that, but not everybody gets mad because it can't happen for them.
I just wish there was National Treasures blasters for $20 that had $5 million RPAs in them.
Yeah. I wish that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd open one pack and retire.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, it's been pretty. It's been slow. The market's been coming down. It's the calm before the storm, I think, because once we're getting ready to get into Christmas season. I mean, after next weekend, then it's Christmas season, basically.
Yeah, I had somebody come in yesterday and buy boxes to put on the tree already. So, I mean, this will be my first Christmas experience. I mean, we opened October of last year, but we also we closed from December 10th to December 26th because we had COVID last year. So we missed those, like, the two busiest weeks heading up to. And I mean, I'm not trying to advertise here, but we have the perfect. I mean, we have those $25 blasters. We have those $15 packs.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of stores don't carry a lot of that stuff. And we have that perfect last minute, you know, we need an extra $35 for this kid because we bought, you know, like, we have that perfect stuff, and we have a lot of it. And it's been, it's going to be interesting to see, like, how much is there afterward, because Walmart and Target and all them are doing the same thing. I mean, they're gearing up for, you know, maybe that's what they're doing, is waiting for a huge optic drop later. You know, like, they could be doing that too. So it's going to be interesting to see where people go to get their cards, you know, like, and there's still enough people that are interested in cards, like, you know, a mom following their kid, you know, the kid I mean, some of those kids that used to come in 3 times a week are coming in once a week now. You know, you can tell, you know, especially like high school age, like, yeah, I did that for a summer or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, but the moms, you know, they may only remember, hey, you know, he collects cards. Let's go get him you know, something at Walmart, or go to the warehouse and find something. So it's going to be interesting to see. I mean, I'm just going to be learning experience for me as well.
It's a pretty easy gift.
It is really easy
to give. You know, you just go get it.
Plus, they could be excited twice. Like, they're excited when they open the package, and then they get to open the cards.
Yeah.
So it's like long lasting. You know, there's only a few gifts that do that. You know, and it's usually like PSA 5s and all that crap.
I'm trying to think. I pulled a 1997 Studio Sammy Sosa numbered out of 100 or out of 99.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, 1997
on Christmas morning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was sick.
I was a G.I. Joe guy. I didn't even do cards for Christmas.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, we had some or whatever. Like, I remember V&J's. V&J was the guy in Kansas City. Like, Jimmy Roy, North Oak, 72nd North Oak Trafficway. And I remember sending, my aunt would want to know what cards to buy, so I sent her a list in my little 8th grade handwriting, and it was like, I need 188 Fleer Greg Jeffries rookie card, and then I need an 87 Fred McGriff Fleer update, like cards I could never find anywhere.
Yeah,
but that's what I wanted for Christmas. And she would just go in, hand him the list, and he would write down how much they cost, and she would spend her $20 or $10 or whatever it was, and I'd open them, and that would be like my family Christmas, you know, like. But our Christmas morning, we were all G.I. Joe, man. Like, the only Christmas gift I ever remember opening was we walked in Christmas of 1985, and the G.I. Joe, the USS Flag, felt like it was this big in the box, and we walked in, and that was sitting in front of the tree. That's the only Christmas gift I ever remember opening.
Really?
Yeah. No cards, no. I mean, we opened a bunch of cards, but I don't remember them. I remember G.I. Joe's, though. It's weird I don't own a toy shop, right?
A little bit.
I would if I could.
It's weird you only ever remember opening one present from your childhood.
That's true. I move on quickly.
But it's okay. Let's not linger there.
I don't remember what I had for lunch either. So.
I'm with you. Michael Emmink.
There he is.
Did he come by that book?
No, it didn't come in today. It's not sorted, Michael. Just want to let you know. It's in the JSA box.
Oh, we got a Beckett
we can pick it out.
Beckett magazine
subscription. That's cool. Christmas. Yeah. Oh, I think the days of people flooding Walmarts for cheap product are coming to an end. People only want the best. Yeah, it's just because they know that those I mean, it's what we've talked about almost every podcast. Like, when Walmart raises the prices to keep it on the shelves, and the market's dropping, and that spread. I mean, I literally paid a guy $32 for cards he paid $30 for yesterday.
Yeah,
for blasters.
Yeah, what's the best? I mean, the best is what somebody wants.
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
you know,
right.
That's like what. I mean, people want what they're gonna make the most money off of.
Yeah, make money / hold its value.
Yeah.
Like, I may, and it's not necessarily, make money on is probably right, but it's like, like I collect Chicago White Sox, but I want to open Topps Chrome because if I get a Topps Chrome Jared Kalenic autograph, I can sell it and buy more White Sox. But if I open a Prism for the same price, if I open a Prism Mega for the same price and get a Kalenic auto, then it's only worth $40 instead of $100.
Yeah,
I mean, that kind of factoring goes into it.
Sure.
So it's like, I kind of want to buy, when I'm opening stuff, I kind of want to buy what everybody else is buying or wants, so I can, when I resell it, I can get more money for it, so I can buy more of the stuff I like. I mean, that's how a lot of people get started, is like they have to sell the stuff they don't want to collect the stuff they do want, because it just gets so expensive.
Yeah.
And then when it runs down that path, if everybody's doing that, then Topps Chrome gets, any of the baseball products, Bowman first, instead of Bowman Platinum, because everybody wants Bowman first. The Bowman Platinum autos of those guys are just as cool.
Yeah.
I mean, they're on stickers. But you can get a Bowman Platinum auto of a guy for literally 20% of what a Bowman Chrome First is.
At least.
Yeah. I mean, the guy still signed the card.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, those are cool autos of those guys, but you can buy Carlos Correa Topps Inception autos for $20 from his rookie year.
I've got a Corbin Burns Gypsy Queen auto.
Better throw that on.
Oh, it is on.
Yeah.
It's on for $40.
Yeah.
Like, I'm trying to sell it for $30. The guy just won the Cy Young.
Yeah. And is somewhat surprised.
Yeah.
People weren't expecting it, I don't think.
And it's a Topps product. I mean, it's Gypsy Queen.
Yeah. It's on card, though.
It's on
Gypsy
card.
Queen.
Yeah. Nice. Has a nice feel to it.
Oh, we can start the show. Rage 508 Carter Great is here.
Cards are great.
Cards are great.
All right, we were waiting for you, Rage. All right, let's get go. Let's go, guys.
Yeah, everybody used to get a set of Topps, I think. I think that's why they're not worth a ton. At least in the 80s, anyways.
I think everybody must have gotten a set and like 10 hobby boxes for Christmas. That's the way it feels.
That's what they're bringing in to sell to us, anyways.
Yeah, at least.
Everybody has a tub of sets.
Here's a set of every brand. Here's a set of every brand every year. and 2 hobby boxes per brand.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's sports in the Hive TV. All right. Thank you. I hope our audience does not grow.
Yeah, we don't want to take this seriously.
I hope people do not.
I hope there's like 3 people. I don't want to have to work at this.
If I'm successful on YouTube, I'm a failure as a person.
If anybody is listening to us for their card advice, we're just a couple of idiots.
Thank you, though. But speaking of that, gosh, sports card YouTube is nothing what it was 6 months ago.
Yeah.
Oh, man, nobody's watching YouTube sports card YouTube. I mean, there's guys that were getting 10,000 views per video that are like getting 1,500 now. There's a lot of guys that like aren't putting out videos or like have like drastically cut back because now they need a real job again.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, I mean, I feel a little bit bad because like they worked really hard to, you know, and that's an exciting thing. And they probably, you know, use that time wisely and that money and plan to like springboard off of that. Hopefully they didn't budget planning on, but it's hard not to. You think, well, I've got these subscribers, you know, I'm getting these views and stuff.
Yeah.
Like those subscribers aren't just going to go away. Well, it's like they're not, you know, they're not going to unsubscribe, so they'll keep getting messages, but they don't. And like,
not if they're on to Pokemon or they're on to whatever it is, you know, the new video game, or if they haven't watched another sports card. It doesn't matter if they're subscribing or not.
Yeah.
You know, if they haven't watched your videos in a month or what, a week, you tell me sometimes, you know.
Yeah.
We do this
it takes a week.
Yeah. I mean, we do this for like the 8 guys, you know, that come in here on a weekly basis that, you know, or the 10 guys that, you know, that come in and like we've started putting out videos. We've done it every day this week of stuff that's come in, and it's basically just to let you know what came in case you want it. You know, I mean, we're not trying to get 10,000 watchers on our 2-minute videos.
No, it's, hey, we bought this. If you want to buy it from us, come here tomorrow.
Yeah, before it gets put back in the web, where it won't come back out for 6 months.
Right.
Like, come get it now.
Yeah.
You know?
If you don't ask about this specifically, like within the next week, we won't know where it is.
It will be lost, and we'll stick it back out whenever we have time to price it.
Yeah, exactly.
So come get it now. That's what those are.
It's a genius idea.
Yeah, well.
It really is. Card shows are still booming. Doing a show twice a month. I love it because eBay slowed down. I don't know. eBay slowed down. eBay slowed down if you're trying to get the same prices that you were.
Yeah. I mean, our eBay's up.
Yeah.
Year over year for sure, and last year was really good.
Yeah.
I mean, it's maybe different for us. We put systems in place or whatever. We've added somebody to help, and but if you're trying to get the same prices for the higher end stuff that you were even 2 months ago, it's, you know, good luck or whatever.
Even if you're trying to get the same price as what stuff's comping at right now.
Yeah.
Like, we're on the way down. You know, you're going to get, as for the market as a whole, like, a lot of times you're going to have to take a little bit less than what stuff's normally been selling at.
Yeah, I mean, I don't necessarily want to educate everybody that comes in through the door. Like, sometimes I just want to talk cards with the guys, but we had a young kid come in, and he couldn't have been more than 10 years old, but he had a Jordan Love autograph, and he's like, hey, can I trade you this? You know, and with kids, as long as they're not like picking out wax and spending all their money on wax, like, I try to trade with them even.
Yeah.
You know, try to get, you know, anyways, trying to get, but like, I can't trade for a Jordan Love autographed card number to 35 for like $200, when I know odds are he's making his first start against Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. They're probably going to lose. I mean, everybody thinks they're going to lose. Vegas thinks like he's only had a week to prepare. Like, I can't give him $200 in trade, even though that card's going to be, I know that card's going to be $120 on Monday, because of that performance. So it's like, you don't want to educate them. And it's like, hey, now's the time. You're right. Now's the time to sell that card. You're doing well. Now we got to figure out what's the best way to sell that card right away.
Yeah.
Like, we need your dad to get you an eBay account, or like, if you're pawning this off on your friends or, your local card shop.
Dad told him to go sell it to you. It's Dad's card.
Yeah, go take advantage of that guy down the street. He doesn't know nothing.
Exactly. It's Dad's card. Yeah. He said, hey, take that into Mike and sell it to him. See how much he'll give him.
So it's like, I mean, and that's just like baby steps of experience. Like, you start from there, and this is the first time this kid's seeing that happen, like, he's maybe Trey Lance is next or whoever's next, and it's like, that's how you build on. I mean, that doesn't necessarily come naturally. Like, you don't think, you think, hey, you know what, he's smart enough to know that right now is the best time to sell that card.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to risk. I think just as well that he's going to not win, and his card, and Aaron Rodgers will come back the next week and he's not going to do well.
Yeah.
His cards go down. But then it's that baby step again of, you need to have the infrastructure in place in your own collection to go sell that card immediately.
That's what people don't realize is, like,
it's just an incremental step in how to make money.
If you plan on being sports cards, like, you need an eBay store, and you need to be selling stuff and building up your store just because you need the store. And then when you've got that Jordan Love auto that you need to get rid of right now, then you've got somewhere to go with it. But if you don't ever take the time, put in the time to build that store up, then you're at the whim of, the Mike Leathermans of the world.
Yeah.
You got to rely on other people or other avenues, whether it's Facebook or Instagram. And, I mean, is that Instagram network, is it still going to be there? After the boom,
those are the people we're losing right away.
Yeah.
Those will be the first to go. For sure. There's
not people closing down big eBay stores.
No. We see that. Yeah. Perfect. Right. Exactly right. We're not, that our eBay views are actually going up, but it's because we're adding more cards and stuff. Like, YouTube views are going down, our eBay views are going up.
Mm-hmm.
They're not apples and they're kind of apples and oranges, but it's kind of the same thing. The reason they're going up is because we're putting more stuff on, we're putting more different stuff on, and you've seen it. As soon as we put a group of the same stuff, it sells.
Yeah.
Case is busy the next day immediately. You know? I think we shipped out 60 packages on Monday.
Mm-hmm.
Between everything that we did, it's like, but we worked our tail off Friday, Saturday, Sunday to get, so doing the work creates more work.
Yeah.
So you got to have all that in place, but it also, it's better to get $5 for a card than to come in here and have me give you $1 for it.
Yeah.
It's going to help your collection. If you don't have time to do it, if it's just a hobby, that makes sense. But
yeah,
I don't even know if when you came here, did you understand the amount of, it's not even work. I don't even like the word work, but the time investment involved. Did you do that before you came here?
Into eBay?
No, anything. Just cards in general. Like, literally, like, what, 14-hour days?
Yeah, no, I didn't do that with cards. If you split up, no, because I was working.
Yeah.
If you split up the YouTube channel, cards, and my job, it was probably, 60 hours a week or something like that. So,
a lot of people don't have that time to build it quick enough.
But it doesn't require that amount of time to make it worthwhile.
No.
It requires that amount of time to do that amount on eBay.
Sure.
Yeah. That's a complete that's the whole different world.
I guess.
Yeah, you can spend 5-10 hours a week and it'll be worthwhile if you use that to list and sell stuff on eBay and ship stuff out, and you get an extra $50-$100 a week, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, there is a market. There's a guy that comes in here and he'll chase stuff at Walmart and he'll buy stuff that other people aren't buying. I mean, this week it was Mosaic Baseball, and he listed immediately, took it, bought it on Wednesday, Thursday, went home, listed it immediately, and was getting $10 for cards that now you couldn't get $1 for,
sure.
Like blue Mosaic, Jacob deGroms or whatever, and that's a good way to get that rip fix, to get that collecting whatever, keep whatever you want out of it for your PC, but still get a decent return back. But you have to, like you said, you have to have all that in place, have all that ready to go.
Yeah.
And, the only way to really do it is get out there and do it. I mean, you could watch on YouTube or whatever, but it's just, you got to build the feedback up. You got to, keep new stuff on your store all the time. I mean, we sell old stuff because we just listed something similar new and they just bought both,
Yeah.
So having inventory, if you have a collection, there's no harm in putting it on eBay and just putting it for an outrageous price that you don't want to sell it for, because that's going to get views for your other stuff as well.
Sure.
You can put PC stuff on there and put it on for 3 times the last comp.
Yeah.
I mean, people may laugh at you, but they may look at your store too. So
yeah,
there's ways to do it.
It takes time,
Yeah.
I mean, I think everybody, if I was starting over, I would just list a bunch of. I would buy a $2 box of like 1,000 $2 cards and just do 1,099 cent auctions as quickly as I could, and you might sell 300 of those, or maybe you sell 700 of those. You might not even get your money back, but that gets you, say, 700 sales and 300 feedback, and over the course of a month or however long it takes you to do those listings and photos.
I have a customer that comes in and he buys $40 to $50 cards or $2 cards a day, or every time he comes in, and he's pulling out stuff for COMC, and so he'll spend $40 with me and he'll send in 30 50 cards, and hopefully he gets enough money back quick to pay for that $40 worth of cards, but then he's got inventory that he's got nothing in. That doesn't take a lot of time. I mean, it doesn't take, the knowledge is here in your phone. You see a card you've never seen before, and you pull up COMC and see what the cheapest one's selling for. If the cheapest one on there is $6.50, and it's in my $2 box, get it from me for $2 and stick it on there for $6, and it's going to sell eventually.
Yeah.
So
for sure.
You have more experience with it than I do on that front, but that's, I mean,
the eventually part.
Yeah.
Is we're it's going to sell eventually.
Yeah.
But it could very well require you dropping the price down to $4 and taking a $2 offer.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah, I mean, yeah. COMC is a great outlet. It was a better outlet like before things went crazy.
Right.
Than it is now. Because something weird happened in my chair. Because it got super popular like everything during the boom and stuff.
Yeah.
And giddy up.
Too many Seinfeld reruns.
Gee, my knees. This thing, my headphones are all wrapped around my chair here. But yeah, people have sent so many cards in, I think, and the actual demand for those cards has gone down.
Yeah.
So it just seems like it's a lot slower than it was. Well, I know it's a lot slower than it was 6 months ago, but I think it's also maybe not slower, but like less profitable. I don't know how to put it. Like, I feel like you used to make. I'm sorry, but this is really annoying me. Like, I can't sit like this. You used to actually sell stuff faster for what you had on there because there just weren't as many cards on there compared to the amount of people.
It's gonna be the same. It's gonna be the same, like with Whatnot, or what is it? Whatnot, right?
Whatnot.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, as soon as everybody figures out there's money to be made on it, it's just everybody's gonna flood to it, and then nobody's gonna make any money.
Yeah, there won't be any money there.
It's the same thing with like he said, card shows aren't
They're still busy.
Card shows are still good. Well, it's because that's an outlet that not everybody's tried. Like, we just had the big card show down on Lee Summit, and I mean, I wasn't there.
This is a really interesting subject that Mike has really good views on that I wouldn't think about. So I just wanted to preface it with that, but go ahead.
Well, Kansas City had 2 big shows on the same weekend, Halloween weekend. One was at Harrah's, the Will Shields event. One was at Lee Summit at John Knox Village. I decided to take a vacation that week because during the week of card shows in town, it's relatively slower here because people are saving money for the show.
Mm-hmm.
They don't come in, Thursday and Friday to buy stuff here when they think, they're going to the show and they want it there. I mean, most of the times they come back in Monday because they couldn't find much,
Yeah.
Especially if they go to like Independence Center or something like that. But so we decided to take the week off. We hadn't been off on vacation. I mean, it just seemed like a good time. But I did get reports all weekend, like the Harrah's one. It felt like they were trying to ride the coattails of the really nice Harrah's one that we did before.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they moved the event from Will Shields' actual location of his facility to Harrah's.
Mm-hmm.
So they went from a free facility to one they had to pay for.
Mm-hmm.
It felt like they were riding coattails, and that one didn't turn out like they wanted it to. I mean, it was bad. People were sending me pictures Friday night where the aisles were completely empty.
I mean, I tried to sign up for it, but after I saw that, I called and inquired about it. But I had to seriously put my detective's glasses on, my detective hat on, to even get a phone number to call and ask about getting tables.
Mm-hmm.
And after that, I mean, I said, well, I'm going to need to think about it. I mean, because they were not advertising it at all. I don't know if they just think, I don't know what they think, but I'm not paying, and it was $150 for one table at that show, and $225 for 2 or something like that, or maybe it was $125 and $100 for your second, $225 for 2.
Right.
I mean, I'm not paying that for a show that nobody's going to.
Like what I've said in the past is, it's the job of the promoter to get people to the show.
Mm-hmm.
Once they're at the show, it's your job to sell them something.
Mm-hmm.
And the way I've sold people cards is I've tried to provide cards that people want at great prices. I'm definitely not a salesman. I don't try to be, don't want to be. So that's how I've done it. It's their job to get them there. That's why you're paying them table fees. That's why you're paying, all that advertisement and stuff is stuck in those table fees. And then once they're there, it's your job to sell. I mean, not that you're in competition with the other dealers, but there's only so much money to go around, you know. But all of that, none of that starts if they don't do their job and bring the people in, obviously.
Yeah.
So that one was kind of a wash. I mean, it was kind of, you know, you feel bad for the dealers that are there, but the John Knox Lee Summit one that Mitch put on, Mitch Gibson, I heard nothing but good things about it.
Everybody loved it.
Everybody that went to it loved it. The problem is, I hope we don't water down, like, you know, he brought in people from Des Moines and Oklahoma, St. Louis, I think some, but to sell 140 tables in Kansas City, you're going to have to turn a lot of your customers into dealers.
Yeah.
So the customer portion of it is basically, it turns into, we're paying the promoter just to do a big, huge trade night.
Yes. That's something I wouldn't have thought about that you said, and I think you're right, is lots of people were happy with the show, but most of the money floating around was dealers buying from dealers, which is common, but not in that big of a
But it doesn't have
quantity.
To
be. Yeah.
I mean, you know, part of the show that I do every other month down in Olathe, it's, I mean, for years people have wanted him to expand the show. There's like the same 8 or 10 guys, and we've definitely lost customers because it's the same 8 or 10 guys. But also, you know, if we, you know, just for easy math, let's say that there's $10,000 that flows through that show. If we double the amount of dealers, there's not going to be $20,000 that flows through that show necessarily. I mean, it depends on which dealers you get. I mean, you know, there's certain dealers that bring customers with them. But if it's not, he says, if it's not broke, don't fix it type deal. Like, he wants steadier growth. He wants like, and like the Lee Summit show went from 20 dealers to 20 dealers to 140 dealers. And now it'll be interesting to see. I think he's having another one for the year's out. Like, what happens? I mean, does that Lee Summit show, when it goes back to 20 or 30 dealers, I mean, that could be a really, really good show.
Yeah.
For the dealers that get tables.
Yeah.
You know, because all those under, you know, I think they had around 50 dealers there. So you take the out of town guys, you know, there's maybe 30 dealers. You know, if those 15 dealers that fill up those 30 tables, now those guys that were dealers are customers again, but they're spending money still the same way. You know, it's going to be interesting to see how that next show turns out.
Sure.
But Kansas City's not, I don't know what happened that weekend. Kansas City's not big enough for 250 tables.
No.
Or whatever that was, 200 tables. Like,
no.
It's in 2 different locations, 45 minutes apart.
And people save up for shows in their local area. Like, you know, let's say there's a budget that people are willing to spend over the course of a year. There's a limited amount of people in that hobby. You know, if you do 4 shows, you're going to do the same amount probably as if you do 10. You're just going to do less per show if you do 10.
Right. I mean, it's very existential, I guess, of building an audience. Yeah, I know it's a big word.
I don't even know where not the right word.
I think it is. I think wait, listen, hear me out.
Let's go with this. Okay.
Hear me out. So, it's building a customer base. It's a very existential thought, in that if you provide a good card or a good deal to a customer, and they can go home and sell that card for more money, at the next show they're going to have more money to come spend with you. very, very well thought out. Hopefully it works that way business plan.
The circle of
exactly.
cards. Where's those trying to take slaps? Give me one that slaps.
We need audio. So, but it's just building a customer base. It's the same thing. Like, if you give good deals to people, like my margins on some of that stuff super thin.
Yeah.
It's very, very hard to be. It's almost impossible to be the guy that pays the most for stuff and sells it for the least.
Yeah.
But I've tried to squinch that line as close as I can, That's why we go through so many cards and we can still buy as many, because we're kind of both in that situation. So
yeah, there's places where you even that out, but it's not easy.
It's not easy.
It's a lot easier to be the guy that pays the least.
And sells for the most for sure. But those guys won't be around.
No, you don't have a very good reputation if you're that guy.
I never pay over retail for a product, never once, because that's what's keeping the scalpers going.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, the problem is you're probably not going to get anything.
Yeah.
The market's the market, It doesn't take. Used to you could buy some wax and immediately it would go down, and then you could wait 3 or 4 years for the class to get better, or 3 or 4 months sometimes, and it'd go back up. Like, I don't know when that line stops for you from where it's scalping to where it's. Is it 2 days, 2 weeks, 2 months, 2 years? I don't know.
Raid says $quarter, $5, $10 buck boxes at shows is the play.
I like it.
I do too. Hey Connor. Yeah. I hope that's true. I got like 10 grand worth of that stuff sitting in my house right now that needs to be sold. Like I need to start capitalizing on some of that. St. Louis show's coming up in December. There's a St. Louis show.
Yeah.
I'm gonna call around.
Yeah.
Try to get in on it. But yeah.
Mike wants us to go through quarter cards for him. On camera now. Yeah. It's way up top there. It may have just got pushed off.
Did it? Mike Emmett?
Yeah.
3/4 boxes. We're gonna have a fire sale. We're gonna have a live sale. Everything's a quarter.
Black Friday. Come in Mark your calendar for Black Friday and Small Business Saturday.
Yeah.
Mark off at least 3 or 4 hours for the warehouse.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Black Friday.
Yeah.
Next Friday, 11 to 9, right?
Yep.
Is that right?
Yep. 11 to 9.
It's 10 hours.
That's a short day for us.
We need to hire extra help.
Go ahead.
Because I'm going to need it
at 9 o'clock.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep. 11 to 9. Friday and Saturday, there will be sales specials. But they will be.
We'll announce them Saturday night. You guys will know.
Another time.
You guys will be the first to know.
That's right.
Yes, we do. RBI Crew's doing it the right way. For sure. You're not far off. You guys aren't far off. Not far off.
What are you talking
about? Nickel card sale. I'm in quarter boxes now in nickel.
Oh.
Not far off.
Yeah, could be. Could be. Come by the shop and see.
Lots of wax at almost retail prices. How's that?
Almost.
How's that for a sales pitch?
Yeah,
almost we can get you to retail. Make sure you come here Because I can almost get it to you what you can get it for at Walmart.
But you can't get it at Walmart.
You can't get it at Walmart.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I told you I wasn't a salesman.
Hell, you might have some stuff at under retail.
Yeah, that's probably true.
To be honest, I mean, if you go to Walmart now, you can't get anything for $20.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Any blasters,
no,
$25.
Everything's $25. Yeah.
Yeah. We got Chiefs Super Bowl blasters.
Yeah.
Those are like 50 though, aren't they?
Yeah. Those are cool.
They're pretty.
4 Mahomes cards. 2 Mecole Hardman rookies. He took a nap earlier.
I'm so tired.
I'm wearing him out.
He woke me up like 3 minutes before we were supposed to be on doing this.
I think it was a Patriots-Falcon game that put you to sleep.
It was.
Gosh, that was
It was
boring.
a terrible game.
Oh, I don't even know what the outcome was, but I'm not even sure I care.
I'm not so sure there aren't college teams that could beat the Falcons.
I mean, they lost Calvin Ridley, I know, for whatever reasons.
Mm-hmm.
And they lost Cordell Patterson for whatever reasons this week.
Mm-hmm.
Kyle Pitts was the only guy on the offense I knew.
And he was a college player last year.
Yeah, but he that's what rookies are. But I that running back, I had no idea. That number 17, I still don't know how to pronounce his name, and they did it like 4 times.
Oh,
Gage,
the defensive end or whatever?
No, the wide receiver dude. And Gage Senior or Gage Junior. I've never heard of that guy in my life.
Wow.
Olison was the running back, maybe. Like these are guys,
yeah.
Like where did they? Like how did they win 4 games this year so far?
That's a great question. It's because of Matt Ryan.
They have guys. They have guys on their defense that the Chiefs cut.
And the Chiefs have Daniel Sorensen.
Yes,
the Chiefs kept Daniel Sorensen.
Mike Pennell is a better. He plays defensive tackle.
Okay,
he's a better safety than Daniel Sorensen.
Guaranteed. Guaranteed.
And he weighs 400 pounds.
Creed Humphrey would probably be a better safety than Daniel Sorensen. Can you imagine him out there?
Yeah,
like trying to keep up with a wide receiver, Creed Humphrey.
I would love to see that.
I would love to see that.
That's how best offers work on eBay. Don't do that.
That's my Creed Humphrey.
Okay. He's the number 1 center and the number 88 safety.
Right, just ahead of Daniel Sorensen.
Yeah, my brother wanted to know the 2 names behind him. One of them's Creed Humphreys. Bought some 97 movie motion view box of cards for $5 today. Holy cow.
Oh. Movie motion view. Was that the...
No, it came in like the CD case.
Oh.
And it was 1 card. And it was like, yeah, like you could start here and go all the way to here. And it was like a movie.
Yeah,
it was like 3 or 4 seconds.
They had like the crescent thing.
No,
Who was that? It was acetate and it like looked like a movie reel.
That was Leaf. Yeah, like Leaf. No, this was like it was 97 though. This was like the full card looked like a movie screen, and if you started here and tilted it, you know, like a Sportflex card, it had like 3 seconds of film on it or something. Yeah.
I saw Emmitt Smith run a touchdown through one of those.
Yeah,
one time.
They were high-end technology in 1997.
I thought it was cool now.
Yeah,
I was like, man, they fit all of that onto a card.
Yeah,
like that was pretty cool.
Yeah. Lost a paycheck on Falcons +7. Power decks. Those are the ones you put the CD in the computer.
Oh, we've got a couple of those.
Yeah. Lost
a paycheck on the Falcons +7. Are you hiring?
Not somebody that would bet on the Falcons.
No.
Your judgment isn't too good. There's a guy that's getting a huge following on TikTok called bet with Trent, I think.
Is that still going?
Yeah, he bet Falcons +7. He goes. His TikTok was prime time Hall of Fame quarterback, and he always does this at the end. And he goes Falcons +7. He shows a highlight reel of the Falcons, and it's like Matt Ryan's face and Kyle Pitts and like.
So this guy has a huge TikTok following
because if you fade him, you're like 80% to win.
He picks the loser every time.
Yeah, in the World Series he picked no run first innings like every game, and like 5 out of 6 they scored in the first inning. It was horrible. He's bad. Like it's fun to watch.
I bet Connor knows who that guy is.
Yeah.
That's funny though.
I don't even know what the final was. What was the final of the game?
He said it again. How does an NFL team score 3 points in 8 quarters?
Well,
they kick a field goal, Connor. That's how they do it. You're welcome. I mean, if you got Matt Ryan and Kyle Pitts, that should be enough for a touchdown, right?
Not if Matt Ryan takes a 3-step drop and he's already being smashed by somebody.
True.
Which is what we saw. I think Kyle Van Noy had 3 sacks in the first half, or two for sure. I don't know if he got credit for that third one or not.
Man, he was getting hit hard too.
25-0.
Whew. Jeez
Louise, man.
Their strategy should be throw a Hail Mary on every pass.
Yeah.
Really? Go deep on every pass. Because what do they have to lose?
I really don't know how they won 4 games.
No.
I mean, I guess they've lost Calvin Ridley quit on him, you know, so or whatever he did on him.
Yeah, hey, he has mental health concerns.
I need a mental health day.
You don't get to have mental health days when you're worth $50 million.
Right.
Like you get to have doctors with you at all times.
Yeah.
That's the trade-off.
Yeah. Just spend your time when you're not on the field on offense, spend your time in the tent.
Yeah.
You know, go to the medical tent.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what's wrong with him.
Whatever.
I mean,
I don't think you don't get okay. Like when you have everything anyone could ever want, that doesn't mean you necessarily that you don't have issues, but you don't get the same. Like you don't have the same issues. Like people are out there have serious mental health issues because they might not have somewhere to sleep tonight. Like because, their boyfriend might come home and like beat their son. Like there are reasons people have serious mental health issues. It's not all like physical. And so when these celebrities come out and do this BS, I mean, get out of here. Like just for attention, and like they're like regarded as heroes for bringing, for speaking their truth and bringing like attention to the mental health crisis in America. No, like you're mocking people. Calvin Ridley and Kyrie Irving and Selena Gomez. I mean, if you're really having suicidal like thoughts and stuff like that, like you should be getting help. But like if you just don't want to get vaccinated, I don't give a damn about you, Kyrie. Like go get vaccinated and get paid and shut up. Like but I do feel like that. Like you don't get the same. It's not the same. Like it's not, you don't get the same pass when you have anything and everything. Like you could get the best healthcare, the best medicine, like the best everything. Like you don't, like you don't get the same pass of, well, maybe it's just for attention. Like with celebrity or somebody like that, like my mind automatically goes to this is completely just for attention.
Yeah. I mean, what if, it's like
Demi Lovato tried to commit suicide. That's different.
Yeah. But what if somebody at Ford just said, I need a mental health, like they'd just fire you.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, maybe not Ford because they're a union or whatever, but
a lot of places would.
Yeah, I mean, you can't take time off, like that. You think you can't take? He's missed 3 games now or something? Like
technically, you can. You're supposed to be able to, but good luck.
Like you got. Are you trying to set the groundwork for something here? You're gonna take like a month off? Just
I don't work here. Are you kidding me?
Right, that's true.
Like ask the IRS. I'm an independent contractor.
That's true. You can leave anytime you want.
That's right. That's right.
That is the truth.
Yeah.
OJ scored as many points from prison as the Falcons scored last 7 quarters. Yeah, that's hard to watch, man. I mean, I assume they didn't think this was going to be. They probably thought this was going to be Mac Jones versus Kyle Pitts, but it didn't quite work out that way. So,
Mac Jones versus the back of the end zone.
Freaking Patriots. Patriots have to be good again right away.
Are they good though?
7-4.
Yeah, but I mean, I didn't ask what their record was. I said, are they good?
You are what your record is.
No.
They have as many wins as the top seed in the AFC.
You're right. Are they good though?
They have a competent quarterback and they have the greatest head coach. So yeah.
So they're good.
They're good.
Did you say a comet?
Competent.
Oh, a competent.
Yeah.
Competent.
Competent.
Compote.
They're divas, and it's not like the old days. Dudes like Brett Favre played a broken ankle. But the money days crazy Mahomes pay could. It's true.
Yeah. For $1 million a year. Get him, Rage.
Yeah. Well.
Patriots are 3 plays away from being 10-1. Hate to say it, but they are back. It's not fair.
Yeah. Packers fans tell out the Patriots. Freaking 2 Hall of Fame all-time great quarterbacks in a row.
I just want to see Cam Newton beat the Patriots in the playoffs.
That'd be funny.
That's what I want to see.
The most impressive thing that Cam Newton's done in the last 5 years is hit that falsetto when he said, "I'm back." That was
all right. You saw that somewhere.
No, I just made that up on the spot. That's the most impressive thing he's done. I mean, that was a performance.
Yeah. I'm happy for Cam. I don't know. He's starting this week, right?
I think so, yeah.
I'm happy for him.
Yeah.
That could be controversial, I know.
Well,
but
he may need a mental health break. We don't know yet.
He might.
I mean, that was a lot.
He's not vaccinated, is he? Or did he get vaccinated? I'm looking it up. I'm Googling it. It's worth a Google.
I still think Trevor Lawrence would be the first quarterback drafted if they did the redraft.
Really?
Yep.
Now vaccinated. He got vaccinated. Damn. Kyrie must have more money than Cam Newton. He must.
Yeah.
Or else he'd have gotten vaccinated because that's what Cam did. Well, but Kyrie hasn't been cut yet either.
He hasn't been cut, but I don't think Kyrie spends $100,000 a year on a hairdresser either. Like Cam has to.
Yeah.
I mean, that's some stuff.
Yeah.
I don't think Mac Jones is the best quarterback. Like, I think if the Patriots had their pick of the 5, they wouldn't pick Mac Jones.
No.
I just think he's in the best situation.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think that he's not out there throwing for 350 yards and 4 touchdowns in their wins and making rookie mistakes in their losses. You know, he's playing Bill Belichick football. He's playing field position crap and boring to watch, and but it wins games. Like nobody but Patriots fans likes it, but it wins games.
He's a part of the machine.
Yeah.
And he's a willing part. So
what do they used to call it? System quarterback. That's what he is.
Yeah.
Like, he's Alex Smith.
Okay.
100%. Okay. He's Teddy Bridgewater.
He's a robot.
I think Teddy Bridgewater could win with Bill Belichick. Yeah. He's that type of guy.
Okay, so I think about this more than I should. But let's say you've got your 5 quarterbacks coming out of college this year. I would say that those 5 quarterbacks in overall skill level are very, very, very close to each other.
Okay.
Overall. We could argue about that if we wanted to. And their success in the NFL has more to do with what system they find themselves in and how their confidence level, what happens to their confidence level than what their skill level is coming out of college.
I would agree with that. I mean, so there's a certain level of talent. I mean, I'm talking out of my ass here because I'm not really a football guy, but I watch a lot of football games. So there's a certain amount you have to be able to make throws. I mean, you have to be able to make, those 30-yard outs or whatever. Like, you have to be able to. You don't have to throw the ball 75 yards like Patrick Mahomes, but you got to be able to. You can't be Peyton Manning in his last year.
That is a requirement for getting drafted. Yes.
Yes. Okay. So that level of talent has to be similar.
Okay.
That's all. And even the smartest guy in the wrong system is. But there's so much. Like, there's so much that it's in between the ears that matters. Mm-hmm. Like, Ryan Leaf had all the talent in the world. It didn't matter what system he was in. He wasn't going to succeed.
Yeah.
And Peyton Manning, it didn't matter what system he was in. He was going to succeed.
So, I think it's interesting. I'll bring this up. So, Kobe Bryant wasn't really a good basketball player. Like, he was good, but he wasn't a starter or, like, really good. Like, what, year 3 or 4?
Yeah, but I think that had more to do with the culture at the time, where they weren't starting guys. It was like Kevin Garnett that came out of high school. Like there wasn't 18-year-olds in the league, right? Or 19 or 20. Like, you had to play 2 or 3 years in college before you even got drafted. Yeah. But when he came in the game, when he came off the bench and came in the game, there was electricity.
Yeah.
I think it was more of like the culture of the time. We can't start that 18-year-old, even though he's the second best player on the team.
Yeah. What people talk about nowadays is like his tremendous work ethic.
Yeah.
Was what separated him from other people. If you're an NFL quarterback, you don't get that opportunity. Like, you don't get the opportunity to get better.
Oh no, not anymore.
Like, you either are the best when you're 21 or 23 or whatever, or you're on the practice squad.
Yeah. Tua is 8 games away from never starting again.
Yeah.
And it's not a good, And
it's probably,
Daniel Jones is.
You don't get 5 years.
No. The New York Giants are looking for a quarterback here.
Yeah.
If they keep losing games.
Yeah.
They'll draft a quarterback.
Yeah.
So you don't get that long.
It's just very different.
Yeah.
Baseball's the same way. Like, you can put time in. Your work can account for something. And it can in football too, but not near as much because your time frame's so small.
Yeah. You have to be like, like Peyton Manning threw like 28 interceptions as a rookie. If you did that now, who knows what people would think.
Yeah.
But Peyton was that's something that that's a record that nobody's ever going to break. Peyton Manning went to 4 Super Bowls with 4 different head coaches.
Yeah.
Like Peyton Manning was the reason they were going, you know, like you separate Brady and Belichick, they don't go to 7 Super Bowls combined.
No.
Or 10, you know, they definitely don't go to 10 combined.
No.
When they have 2 different shots. So, I mean, there are guys that can just, you know, like Manning. I mean, we're talking like Aaron Rodgers and, you know, that can outclass your system.
Aaron Rodgers didn't start until like his 4th year, did he? Yeah.
So, like, but I don't think any of these, even though Trevor Lawrence had all the hype, I don't think any of these 5 guys are any of those guys.
No.
I mean,
I could have told you from the beginning that Trevor Lawrence wasn't that guy. This guy.
He doesn't care about football at all.
He does not care at all.
Yeah.
He is the male equivalent of a blonde. Like a ditzy blonde. Not a blonde. A blonde. Ditzy blonde. Right? I mean,
I think so.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
It's some kid from Tennessee that likes to look pretty and stuff.
He had his own top set.
I'm so jealous of Trevor Lawrence. He's got all kinds of money and he's young and pretty.
Yeah.
Like he's got it all. He's got it all. He got it all. Got the world by the dregs.
All right. Has everybody left by now?
I hope so, because I gotta go. Anyways, that's probably enough for now. We've been on here for like 2 hours.
Yeah, that's too much for people.
But we appreciate you all hanging out with us.
Thank you,
Hopefully
everyone.
Some of what we said made sense. You know, if you want to come back next time, feel free. If not, hey, no biggie. We don't require that. But we do appreciate it. We are going to be having a sale at the shop next weekend. So Friday night, if you're not going out standing and camping out at Walmart or something, you want to come by the shop, we're going to have pizza and soda. I think
all day
Friday and Saturday.
We may have to change the podcast next week, Wednesday, because we probably won't be here.
I won't be here. Yeah. No podcast Thanksgiving night.
Right.
We'll put it that way.
We may change it up.
Maybe we'll have.
Let's do a live feed Friday night.
Live from the warehouse. Do it before it closes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be all right. Cool. We'll figure something out. If you guys really care, leave a message.
Or we could do it right after.
Yeah.
Right after we close.
We'd have a lot of content.
There's still gonna be people here.
Like, yeah, we ain't getting people out of here at 9 o'clock.
We'll have to do a live.
Yeah, we ain't gonna have to.
Live from the counter at the warehouse.
Yeah, right.
All right, guys. We really appreciate it. Y'all take care.
Thanks everybody.